awesome, somebody finally videotaped this, because no one can look at that and say, we don't have a problem, because it was so obvious to me, right?
Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Somebody's acknowledging you for being beautiful. She said thank you.
Most of the comments were like, hey, this is great, you know, this is a great representation of this rape culture that we have.
You doing good?
But then I got a few responses that were like, these men are complimenting her, and she really should just take it lighter, and she's overreacting, and also like her shirt's really tight. Whenever you get into this stuff, you're frustrated.
Why would you use it?
I don't know. My name is Bradi Musil.
My name's Hayley, Brundige.
Sexual assault and sexual violence, in my mind, is any time that a person has been violated. And that could be a comment, it could be an action. Sexual activity should be something between two people that they both get something out of and that they both enjoy. And anything beyond that, sexual assault or domestic violence, are things that where that goes wrong, or where that goes beyond what someone wants to do. Women are in danger all the time, from the time they're kids to whenever, you know. It starts from birth, that you're told, be careful, don't wear a ponytail, and don't be in a stairwell, and don't be out at night. And I mean, that's things that you just do living life. So we tell women to not live their life so that they don't have this horrible thing happen to them, instead of ever saying, don't rape someone. People think that rape only happens when someone jumps out of a bush and grabs you. And that's just not reality, you know. I mean, that does happen, sure, but the most often case is that it's someone that you know, and it's someone that you trust, and it's a friend. When I got to college and I started becoming part more of like the culture, you know, like drinking and going out and being put in situations where that does become very real. Sexual assault is kind of put in your face, and you don't even really realize it in those kind of settings. Situations myself where like something easily could have happened, you know, and I don't want to blame myself and say that it was because I was drinking or because of something I was wearing. It's because of the people that I was around.
What if that happened to me? And like trying to make it as safe as possible for women, in order, like if I was in that situation, maybe the society would have gotten better by then, I guess.
If I hear something happen, it's like almost immediately we're just prone to say, was she drinking, or what was she wearing, before even thinking, you know, how is she, or like how did this happen, or who is this guy, you know, what was the situation? We just immediately blame the victim. Why is our first impulse to say, why isn't this person doing this? Why isn't this person who was attacked doing this? And I think it's the reason that so many women don't press charges, because they have that fear that they're automatically going to be blamed by society. With these kind of situations, I think women lose their voice a lot because of those kinds of messages.
We've kind of created this atmosphere where it's hard to come forward.
I have never ever said I think women should press charges. After you get attacked, and then you have to immediately follow it with something like that. You've got to have evidence that you were attacked. You basically have to prove that someone attacked you. It's something that we don't talk about, and especially on a college campus when people are experimenting with everything for the first time. It was really awesome to see that our campus is saying, hey, this is something we want to improve to, you know, and this is something that does need to be talked about, and we're not going to be afraid of it anymore. The emails are so tricky, just like everything with sexual assault, and I think that's kind of the trouble in reporting about these kind of things, is that it's so hard, it's so sensitive to talk about, and you know, people are so scared of offending someone. In changing the language and in changing the requirement of what to let students know is happening on campus, I think it's awesome that we have those emails now. It puts it in people's face that this is something that happens, because so often we hear, oh, you know, sexual assault on college campus and rape on college campus, but like, it doesn't happen to us.
This is all very recent, and all of a lot of these initiatives are doing very well and gaining steam now, but it's been a very recent thing. We still have like a long way to go, but we are in this like the right direction. A policy is only going to go so far, so the education part needs to pick up where the policy leaves off.
We need to have those conversations, and there needs to be clear-cut, examples of what a healthy sexual life or relationship looks like. Covering the conversation and the dialogue on campus and what's being done it's frustrating most of the time because I never really feel like it's enough, but then also there has to be a line because you can only do so much. So when we're covering these things, there is a lot of emotion tied to it because it's heartbreaking,
We feel like it's one of those subjects that actually matters, and maybe reporting would actually do something.
Covering sexual assault as a woman, I feel extremely empowered. It makes me feel like I am kind of giving women more of a voice. I feel like